guys, welcome back to the channel again. So in this video we will discuss a very good question of Codeforces. So nowadays I am just trying to focus on competitive, so I am just randomly picking a question from any website. It can be LeetCode, it can be CodeChef, it can be Codeforces or any other website. So in this case I have picked this very simple but not that much simple. It appears to be that much simple whenever we see a code, but it is very tough when we will see it first time. Now before seeing this solution or before understanding the question, let's look at my Sublime setup, that what it look like. So first of all, here I have written the whole code. Here the files, whatever the file is there in this whole folder. Now here I have the output and here we have the input. Now let's look at the code, that what is my template. So first of all, here I have included all the header files. It is just to avoid the std at every cout and all that stuffs. Now these are the two short forms for the for loop, the increment and the decrement both. And then I have used this all, which will be very useful in the whenever we require to pass all the values of a vector into someone, or it can be anything. But after that I have used this long. I have used this ll at place of long. It will be very easy to write the code then, and this a very high value, so that whenever I require to take a very high value or very low value, I can directly write inf and we can directly consider it. Now after this we have this comp. This will be again used in sorting when we require to sort any value in reverse direction, and this is the main code in which the main code will be there. So what I have done, I have first initialized the value. I have taken its test cases. In this case it will be 4, and then it will iterate 4 times, so it will call this main solution loop 4 times. Now sometimes you will not get this 4, so for that what we will do, we will place here equal and we will comment it out. So our code will be very smooth. We does not require to change many things in the code. We just require to change this thing to change our question. So let's make it previous one only. So that this is the code, or this is my setup. This is not the actual code for this solution. Now let's first of all see the question, and then we will go into the solution part. So first of all, this is the C question of Codeforces round 665 of division 2. So this is a very good question. So first of all, what I have done in this question, or what I got in this question, is that we have an array of elements from a1 to an. Now all the elements are greater than 0, and we have to make it in non-decreasing order, or we have to make it in increasing order. We have to sort it in correct order or in increasing order. This is all we have to do. Now for sorting, we can only swap the elements if the GCD of the elements comes to be minimum of the whole array. Now what this say, let's understand with the help of an example. So now let's consider example. Here we have written a 2, here 4, here 18, 12 and 9. Now if we can sort this array, then we have to return yes, else we have to return no. Now let's try to understand this question. So here we have 2, it is at correct place. Here we have 4, it is also at correct place. And here we have 18, which is not at correct place. Now if we can sort this array or not, let's check it. So we have to replace, or we have to place this at last. Now let's check that we can place it at last or not. So if at this place of 9, if any other value which is divisible by 2 is there, then we can swap. Let's check that what I'm saying is true or not. So first of all, in this case it will be no. Why it will be no? Because whenever we will try to place this 9 at its place, 9 is not at its place, and whenever we will try to place 9 at its place, it will be returning a false. Why it will be returning a false? Because GCD of 9 and any other element in this array will not be the minimum element of this array, which is 2. So among this question we will return the 9. We will return no as our answer. Now let's check that for any other example what I'm saying is true or not. So let's check 2, 4, let's make it 18 only, and here we will consider 12, and here we will consider 10. Now I want to swap, or I want to place this 10 here and this 18 here. Simple, very simple. This is this thing we all know. Now first of all, I want to place these both. So can I take these both directly? No, because the greatest common factor of these both appears to be very high. It will not be 2 at any condition, because it will not be there. Let's take it. Now I want to swap these both, or let's find first its greatest common factor. 2 into 5 and 2 into 3. Oh ho, we have the greatest common factor as 2 only, so we can swap them directly. So the values here will be 2, 18, 2, 10 and 18. Now this is a simple question, so we directly swapped it. Now let's take some difficult one. 2, 4, and let's consider here a 3, and here let's consider 18, and here what we'll do, let's consider here a 12, and let's consider a value here which is 9. Now let's check that now we can place the values directly or not. Now what's the common factor of these 18 and 9? So the greatest common factor is 9, so we cannot directly swap. Now the question arises that how we can swap. Now there is a very good trick that I want to place this element at some place, but it is divisible by this, the least element. Means whenever I will try to find the greatest common factor of this 3 and 18, I can easily find out. So the greatest common factor of this 3 and 18 will be 3 only. Now let's check that what we have to do. Let's place this 18 at 3 and 3 at 18. So we can swap these both values. Why we can swap? Because the greatest common factor is 3. So our values here, what it will be? It will be 18, 4, 3, 12 and 9. Simple. Now 18 is at its own place, so I want to now swap this two values. So I can swap again this and this because the greatest common factor is 3 only. So I will do this thing again. So what the value will be here after doing this will be 18, 4, 9, 12 and 3. Same thing again we will do. We will swap these both elements. And now at the end what we will have a very nice array which is sorted, and it will be 3, 4, 9, 12 and 18. Now this proves a very good thing, that if an element is divisible by the least element in the array, then it can be placed at its original place. If the place at which it want to be inserted is not fulfilled by any other element which is not divisible by itself. This appears to be a bit hard, but this is the solution. So for proper understanding of the solution, let's make one more new approach. Now in the question we have two types of approach. We can go in the forward direction, means we know the solution and we try to solve the question. Now we have one more approach, that I know that the solution will be sorted array. Let's take this example only. 2, 4, 18, 12 and 9. Now what we will do? We will directly sort this array. So 2, 4, 9, 12 and 18. Now we have to check that we can make this array as this or not. So we'll just try to do the reverse thing, that this can be achieved by this thing or not. So for that also we will take the minimum element. What we will do? We will create this 2 Now at when we will take 2, it will not be fulfilled, so directly we will take 3 only. So 3. Now what we'll do, we will just check that the sorted array, every element of the sorted array is divisible by 3 if it is not at its position. Now what I'm doing is, I'm just checking that this is divisible by this or not. Yes, it is divisible, so we'll not do anything. If this element is divisible by this or not, no, but it is at its position, so it does not require to do anything. Again we will go on this 9. This is divisible by this, so we will not try to do anything. Again we will go on this 12. We will check that this is divisible by this or not. Yes, so we will not do anything. And in this case also, this is divisible by this, so this array can be easily sorted. Now you have got this question among if we have correct question or if we can sort. Now let's check this condition. This can be sorted, this can be, but 9 cannot be. Why 9 cannot be? Because whenever we will try to replace this value with some other value, then it will be in some conflict, and here we have this 18. So we have to check two conditions. First of all, that if this array is divisible by this or not. If this condition becomes true, or we can check sideways also, if this both, if this and this, the indexes of both are equal, we does not require to change the indexes, then it is simple, we can do that. But if it is not at its correct position, then we have to check that this should be divisible by the minimum element only. So this is a not of any algorithm based question, but this is math based question, and whenever you will go in such competitions of Code Chef and Codeforces, 90% of times you will find a math question only till C, or till the A, B and C part. Very often this type of questions only there, but sometimes greedy comes into the action also, because greedy implementation is not that much hard for the simple questions. Now let's check the solution for this. It is also very interesting, so let's check it. So this is the solution. So first of all, here I have defined a very high value so that I can find the minimum element. Here I have initialized two vectors, in which first vector will be taking the input and second vector will be copying that vector. Now here I have initialized the flag, and at the end I have sorted the first array, first vector. Now you may got the purpose of this second vector because of checking. So now I will repeat over all the values. What I'll do this stuff, that v1 and v2 is equal or not. If it is not equal, then we'll go further. If it is not equal, then we will go on this second condition. And if this, what is this condition? That the element is divisible by the minimum element or not. If it is divisible, then we will go more further. So at the end we have flag equals to false, and if flag equals to false, then we have to print no, else we have to print yes. So this is the solution. In this, a main observation is there, that this condition is the soul of this solution. So this solution appears to be very simple, but whenever we will try to think about this question, we will get very tricky mind or very tricky types of solution, but that will not be implemented because this will be a pure math question. So that's why I just took this question, because this appears to be very simple, but this is damn hard, or this appears to be damn hard, but it is very simple. So this is all about this question. So thank you guys, and please like the channel, or please subscribe the channel, and please comment down if you do not got anything in this question. Thank you guys.